Hello, hello. We are live. Hi, welcome to Cooking with Chef Frank. My name is Frank, of course. I'm the host of your show, and welcome to today's episode where I feature tacos and nachos. So, welcome again. And before I forget, if you don't mind, if you join us, please uh, tell us your name and where you're from. You can put this in the comment box so I know you're there and so I can communicate with you. Again, welcome to Cooking with Chef Frank. And today I want to feature how to make a seasoning, a taco seasoning. I make it from scratch, so you see how you can season anything what has to do with tacos. And also you can season potatoes, um, like roasted potatoes, anything roasted. You can use it for vegetables. It's a great seasoning. Um, then I'm going to do a vegan sour cream, which you cannot miss on tacos. I'm going to do a pico de gallo. Um, and I'm going to do some vegan tacos, meaning not tacos, but tortillas. So they're whole food, plant-based. I mean, they're whole grain. And I have already made the dough for you because it took quite a while, because I need to really let it rest for as long as I can. So I made them this morning. What I used was 4 cups of whole wheat flour, um, about 1.5 cup of soy milk, and just a little bit of salt. So I made, obviously, this is half the dough. I roll them out into little balls like this, and I made one already. So this is how they look like. And there's only whole wheat flour in there, so no white flour. That's why we need to let them rest, so the dough can really set, and the little bit of gluten what's in there needs to really tighten and combine all the ingredients. Good. So I'm gonna heat my pan for that already, just slightly. And before I start, I need to take care of my tacos. And that I will do with beets. I'm going to roast them in the oven. And I'm trying to do, vegetable tacos, nachos. Only problem is I get really red fingers because of this. If you have gloves, that's even better. And for that, I cut the beet in half, so my peeler wouldn't be big enough. Okay. So in this case, they're all the same size. You could cut them if you have a machine like we do have in a restaurant. You can cut them on a machine, which is much better. Okay. I'm just gonna make a few. Okay. See how thin these are? Okay, my fingers. Okay, so I'm going to use a sheet pan. I'm just going to lay them here. My way is making noise. Okay. And I'm also going to make some corn tortillas, just corn chips. here. And I bought these here. Just very simple. It's not nice. I wanted to make sure that I have the least amount of fat in these tortillas. Some tortillas have fat. Corn tortillas have the least amount. Flour tortillas have a lot more fat. But the ones, these here, they don't have fat other than the soy milk. That's why I use soy milk. Soy milk is just a lot more fatter than regular oat milk or any other dairy, non-dairy milk. Just a few more. So this is going to go in the oven, 350 degrees, until they are crispy. Good. So now we're going to do the seasoning. Wash this here. Okay, for the taco seasoning, I know a lot of us using the taco seasoning in a bag, and I don't recommend this. There's all kind of chemicals in there to keep them loose in there so they don't stick together. It's very easy. Chili powder, 1.5 teaspoon. This is a very small recipe, so 3 teaspoons paprika, smoked paprika. 1 teaspoon onion powder, 1 teaspoon garlic powder, 1 teaspoon cumin, and 1.5 teaspoon oregano. So I like to add a little bit of lemon zest to it. So I'm going to use it gives a little better flavor. They're asking, most recipes asking for lemon pepper. I just use my fresh lemon zest. So now I'm going to mix all of it together. Again, it's a very, very small recipe, a small batch, I would say. You can make more and put it in a jar and keep it there for months. Obviously, it's always better to make it fresh just before your application. Okay, and then this is optional. You can add a few red pepper flakes. Just give it a little bit of kick. And if you wanted to, you put salt in, but you don't have to. So this is for our taco meat, what I'm going to cook in a few minutes. Okay, that's ready. So now I'm going to attempt to do the tortilla. Yes. And in the meanwhile, I should roll out the other. Today I didn't have help, so I'm a little bit backed up. That happens. Okay, so I'm going to put my tortilla in the pan without oil. I have cooked many things in this pan without oil, and it works all the time. So let's see, it doesn't let me down this time. Okay, so I'm going to roll out tortillas, but I need a little flour just to keep it from sticking. So I'm going to put flour in the rolling pin and on both sides of the dough. And I'm rolling it out crosswise so it stays round. I want to make it as thin as possible. Okay. Turning it frequently, add a little bit of flour over it. I want to make sure my tacos don't burn. They're too dry. They're almost ready to corn tacos. Almost ready. It smells beautiful. Corn. Again, to the flour. I mean, it is so much easier to go in the supermarket and buy these. But at least I know what's in here. Actually, what I forgot, I put half a teaspoon of baking powder in here. So, but that's it, 4 ingredients. And that's it. If do yourself a favor and look at the packaging, what's inside. It's mind-boggling. I mean, it tastes great, but at least I have my own. So I'm going to turn this one. I don't want it too dry. Okay. You see, it's actually turning brown. It's ready for you. Ready. Let's make 3 all together. Okay, let's see. If you have any questions, just just put it in a box. I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. Let's see who is here. Hi, Mary. Thank you for coming. Hi, Adriana. Thanks for stopping by. Eugenio. Hi, nice to see you here. Okay, for those of you who came a little late, I'm making a taco theme today. I'm cooking nachos, loaded nachos, and tacos. So I'm going to make my tortillas from scratch. All done. And you see, I'm not using oil. and then turning nicely on. Later on, I'm going to make my veal sour cream, my cheese sauce, and the taco meat. Important that we put enough flour on it, otherwise it's going to stick. Okay, this is ready. I'm going to put the next one in. Obviously, they are not as nice and round as you buy them in the supermarket, but at least they're homemade. You could cut them out, you put a plate over it or a can or something like this here, as a bowl, upside down, and cut it out, and they become beautiful round. Don't put enough flour on it, it's gonna stick. That's it. Just gonna make 3. Now to check my tacos, my chips. Since I have no oil here, I have to peel them off the silicone. Okay, almost ready. It could be a little bit thicker. Then I don't burn as quick. My tacos, my corn tortillas are ready. Take them off. The rest goes in for another 2 minutes or so. 5 minutes. Oops. These are my corn tortillas. Obviously, that's very simple. It's ready. I'm going to put my next one in. You don't want the pan to get too hot. This was medium to medium high. I'll turn it down to a medium to medium low because it's too hot. Okay. Hi, Alton. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Justin. Thanks for joining us. Okay. Good. I'm cooking my tortillas in my pan. No oil. And that's the only pan I can use this with. Okay, we have these here. This is a little too thick. Ready? Okay, good. So the next one is our taco meat. And for that, I chose tempeh and beans. This is my my tempeh. I grated it. Ready? Okay. Good. Okay. So for that, I'm going to make sure that my pan is hot. Then I'm going to add my tempeh, which is about 1 bar of tempeh. I think it's 12 ounces. Put it in. Going to add my beans in a second. I want to let the pan heat up a little bit more. Okay. So this is where my seasoning comes into place. For every pound, I would suggest 1 tablespoon of seasoning. And everything together is going to be a pound. More. It's getting hot. What I want to achieve here, I want to make sure that my tempeh gets a little roasted in the pan. So it gets this roasted brown flavor, like what we're trying to attempt on meat. Obviously much healthier this way. And once I roast it enough, I'm going to add my beans, and I'm going to add 1/3 of a cup of fire roasted tomatoes. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast. Okay, this pan is getting hot, I can hear it. The tempeh is getting slightly brown. Remember, taco meat is not really moist. I mean, wet or saucy. We just want to get enough flavor into it. Okay, I smell the seasoning. It's beautiful. My taco seasoning. I smell the paprika, the cumin. Amazing flavor. Amazing. Okay. I don't want to burn it. I just want to make sure it gets brown. See? Ready? Okay. Now I'm adding about 3/4 of a can. I need some for my nachos. Okay. I'm going to add my tomato. About 1/3 cup. Yeah. turn on the heat, getting too high. And obviously a little bit of water just to keep it moist. You can also use vegetable stock, works even better. Turning it down to medium low. And get my little so this imitates chicken, obviously. This doesn't imitate beef, obviously, for the color, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to add a little bit of salt, not much, optional, of course. And now I'm going to taste it. So a little bit more flour. Wow, seasoning is amazing. A little bit of I can also put this in a pan now. In a pan in the oven. See? Now I'm going to put it in the oven for a few minutes. Just give it a little more color, flavor. And then meanwhile, we're going to do the gallo. 3 chopped tomatoes. Or half an onion, white onion or yellow onion. About a tablespoon of cilantro, chopped. Lemon juice, where's my lemon? Lemon juice. Limes don't have much. This is the problem. When you buy limes in a bag, you cannot feel them. I like to feel my limes to see if they're juicy. The heavier they are, the more juice they have inside. Okay. Isn't that beautiful? I don't really like to put salt in. It just tastes beautiful on its own. Like a little jalapenos. So for that, I'm going to cut the jalapenos in half. I'm going to seal it. I want to make sure that I take out all the seeds because I don't want it that spicy. Chop it. That's it. When you do that, don't forget to wash your hands afterwards. If that gets in your eyes, it's gonna hurt. Careful. Okay. Good. Yeah. That's it. That's your Pico gallo. Everyone knows it. Good. Now I'm going to cut a little avocado. Just got a little onion stuck in my throat. So the way you can, I didn't open this yet, but the way you can feel if an avocado is ripe, it's on top. If you know where the stem is, if it gives a little bite, then it's good. This is still a little hard, but that's how you can test it. Cut it around the stone. It looks nice. The seed you take out just like that. And I cut it in half, and I peel it off. This is a little on the hard side. But that was the best one available. You can peel it with a knife or peeler, doesn't matter. You want to make sure you peel the avocado. You don't leave any meat on the peel because this is the best part. Dr. Michael Greger said, the closer you get to the skin, the more nutrients you have. And this is for my loaded nachos here. So just gonna cut it in little chunks. Okay. So let's see if we have any questions. Hi Tiffany, thanks for stopping by. Okay, no question. Okay, great. Okay, for the ones who came late, I'm cooking. I have a taco theme today. I'm going to do homemade tortillas with loaded nacho chips and, of course, tortillas. So for that, I made my meat, my taco meat. A few more minutes. Okay. In the meanwhile, I'm going to do my vegan cheese. For that, I had cooked earlier cashews and some peppers. And it's still hot, which is great. It's going to remove the skin, so sauce will be much smoother without the skin. You can roast the peppers for even more flavor, but I was a little bit in time crunch, so I cooked it in the same water with the cashews. So I measured is 1 cup of cashews, half a pepper. The pepper is really there to give it some flavor. I mean, flavor and color. Okay. Then I'm going to add a little bit of nutritional yeast. Tablespoon. Probably beat a little more. We're going to need juice. Just a little bit of. It works much better in a high-powered blender. Much better. Okay. And a little bit of salt, optional, of course. If you would have a vitamin mix, that would be so much better. Almost perfect. all of this. Because I need my blender for my sour cream. Okay, my meat should be ready. I'll take this out. Very cool. Okay. Okay, my meal is coming together slowly. I have my meat, I have the cheese. See what I told you last time? Leave a little metal, put a little towel over it so everyone knows this hand is hot, so no one touches it. Okay. Now I'm going to do my sour cream. Just give me a second, I'm right here. Cleaning up my little bowl. I think that would have been really cool, but we cannot have it all. Yes. Okay. This is my oven what makes it noisy. Okay, good. So we are going to add the tofu. That's for the sour cream. A tablespoon of apple cider. A little bit of lemon juice. We want to recreate this tanginess of sour cream. Then, not to forget nutritional yeast. Of 2 tablespoons. And the kind of tofu I used was silicon. Just put some there. When you cook for yourself, I find it almost like sour cream. It's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay, that's it. Now we're going to put together a dish. First our nacho. And that's obviously a small dish. You can make it as big as you want, as large as you want. We're going to add our meat right in the center. And I like to just stick them in here. Add a little bit more. Some Pico gallo. Some avocado. And then a little bit of cheese. Or and then our sour cream. Few more avocados. Just a little bit more gallo on top. A few beans. And some cilantro on top. And then we can put some pepper flakes on top. We decorate it with a little bit of cilantro. This is my sauce. Good. Okay, that's our first step. These are our tacos. Nachos. Very simple. Whole food, plant-based. Okay. Good. Next is the tacos. Obviously, for these, you can use either one. Like three here. Just to give it a little heat. Now we stuff them with our meat and all our condiments. See any questions? So these are soft corn tacos. You can use the hard shell ones. I prefer the soft ones because they have less chemicals in there. But when you see they're bubbling up a little bit, then they're ready. You smell it. Good. I'm going to add a little meat. And tacos are really small little snacks, so to speak. You eat them in your hand, so don't fill them up too much. And it doesn't really what you put in there. It's, have fun when you put the ingredients in there. Nice. And that's basically cilantro. A few pepper flakes, if you like. And that's it. Very simple. So this is made with tempeh and beans. I sauteed the tempeh and beans with the taco seasoning, what I made earlier. I added some fire roasted tomatoes to the taco meat. And that's basically a little water. That's it for the taco meat. Added the pico de gallo, cheese, sour cream. That's it. And then you just take it on hand and you eat it like this. That's it. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's it basically for today. One more thing I wanted to say: our challenge started September 26th, or 14-day weight loss challenge. You can go to my website and sign up over there if you're interested. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. And thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. Thank you. See you next week.